Earlier, if I had to describe my portfolio in one sentence, it would have been simple. It was built around income first, weekly payouts, steady cash flow, and ETFs that made investing feel active. Every week something was happening, every payout felt like progress, and honestly, it kept me motivated to stay invested. If I had to start over back then, I probably would have built the exact same thing again, because at that stage, income felt like the most important goal. But if I'm being completely honest with you now, if I had to start over today with everything I've learned, my ETF portfolio would look very different. Not because income is bad, not because weekly ETFs don't work, but because I finally understand how income and growth are supposed to work together instead of competing with each other. When most people start investing, they think the goal is to maximize one thing. Either you chase growth or you chase income. I made the same mistake early on. I thought if I could just build enough weekly income, everything else would take care of itself. And for a while, it feels like that's true. You see cash hitting your account, you feel productive, and you're less stressed about market swings because you're getting paid regardless. The problem is, income alone doesn't give your portfolio direction. It gives you cash flow, but it doesn't always give you long-term structure. And structure is what keeps a portfolio alive not just for a year or two, but for decades. If I had to start over today, the first thing I would change is the order in which I build my portfolio. I wouldn't start with income. I would start with a core. When I say core, I don't mean something flashy. I don't mean something that pays every week or even every month. I mean ETFs that are designed to do one job extremely well: capture long-term market growth with as little interference as possible. Funds that don't require constant monitoring, don't rely on options income to function, and don't force me to make emotional decisions every time the market gets noisy. This core would be boring by design, and that's the point. If I had to start over, I'd want the majority of my portfolio working quietly in the background, compounding over time, benefiting from economic growth, innovation, and long-term trends without me touching it. That core wouldn't care about weekly headlines or short-term volatility. Its job would simply be to grow. Only after that core is established would I even think about income. That's where my thinking has completely flipped compared to how I started. Income ETFs would no longer be the foundation. They would be an addition, a layer on top of the core, not the thing holding everything together. Income ETFs serve a purpose, and I still believe that. They can provide cash flow, flexibility, and psychological comfort during volatile markets. But they work best when they're supporting a strong base, not replacing it. If I had to start over, I'd build my portfolio like a structure instead of a collection of ETFs. At the bottom would be the core layer. This is where long-term ETFs live. Broad market exposure, dividend growth, and funds designed to last through multiple market cycles. This layer doesn't change often. It doesn't react to trends. It doesn't chase yield. On top of that would be the income layer. This is where weekly or high-yield ETFs come in. Their role would be clear and limited. They are there to generate cash flow, not to drive long-term growth. That distinction matters more than most people realize. When income ETFs are forced to act like growth engines, that's when disappointment creeps in. People start asking why the price isn't rising or why performance feels flat. But if you accept them for what they are and keep them in the right position, they do exactly what they're designed to do. And then there's a third layer I would include if I were starting fresh: flexibility. This is the part of the portfolio that allows you to adapt without blowing everything up. Cash, defensive ETFs, or selective positions that can change depending on market conditions. This layer isn't always active, but it gives you breathing room. It prevents panic. It gives you options when opportunities show up or when markets pull back. The biggest difference between my old approach and how I'd start today isn't the ETFs themselves. It's the roles they play. Back then, everything had to do everything. Income ETFs had to pay, grow, and protect the portfolio all at once. That's a lot to ask from any investment. Today, I don't expect that anymore. Each part of the portfolio has one job, and that simplicity makes everything more stable. Another thing I would change if I had to start over is how I think about risk. I used to define risk as price going down. If an ETF dipped, that felt like danger. But over time, I learned that risk is much broader than that. Risk is relying on one strategy for too many outcomes. Risk is needing income to stay high forever. Risk is having to make decisions under pressure because your portfolio doesn't have balance. When your entire setup depends on weekly payouts, even small changes can feel big emotionally. With a core in place, that pressure disappears. A temporary dip doesn't feel like failure. A lower payout week doesn't feel like a threat. You're not constantly asking, is this still working? Because the structure itself is doing most of the heavy lifting. If I had to start over, I'd also be much more patient in the early stages. I wouldn't rush to optimize income right away. I'd let the core build momentum first. That patience pays off later in ways that are hard to see when you're just starting out. Income feels good immediately. Growth feels boring at first. But over time, growth quietly becomes the reason income becomes optional instead of necessary. That's another mindset shift I wish I had earlier. Income should give you options, not obligations. When income is your only engine, you're locked into maintaining it. When growth is your foundation, income becomes a tool you can use or ignore depending on your needs. If I were starting today, I'd also pay more attention to how my own behavior interacts with my portfolio. The goal isn't just to pick good ETFs. It's to build something you can stick with during bad markets, boring markets, and everything in between. A portfolio that looks great on paper but makes you anxious isn't a good portfolio. A setup that forces you to constantly check prices, payouts, and performance comparisons will eventually wear you down. The income plus core approach fixes that. It gives you activity without chaos, stability without stagnation, and flexibility without constant decision-making. Weekly income ETFs, such as WPAY or MAGY, still have a place in my portfolio today, and they would still have a place if I were starting over. But they would earn that place after the core is established, not before. They would be sized appropriately, clearly defined, and never asked to carry the entire portfolio on their own. Starting over doesn't mean abandoning what worked. It means putting it in the right order. If I could go back, I wouldn't tell my past self to stop chasing income. I'd tell him to slow down, build a foundation first using VOO and SCHD, and let income become the bonus instead of the requirement. That's the biggest lesson I've learned, and it's the framework I'd use if I were starting from scratch today. Income plus core, not income versus core. When you get that balance right, investing stops feeling stressful and starts feeling sustainable. And that's ultimately what matters most. Not the biggest payout, not the most exciting ETF, but a portfolio you can live with, grow with, and trust for the long run. If this kind of thinking helps you look at your own portfolio a little differently, that's a win. This channel is all about cutting through the noise, staying honest about risk, and building ETF portfolios that actually make sense in the real world. That's it for today on Money Stick Unfiltered. Take care, stay patient, and I'll see you in the next one.